Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for a one-shot. This is the finale of our Western one-shot. Oh my God! It's a little bit of a horror.
Much like that intro.
Who is she? Where does she come from? Today we are finishing up our Western one-shot, a little bit of a horror, depending on your point of view. Maybe this is a good night out for some. I think we'll find out shortly. I'll give us a little bit of a recap, but first, I'm your DM, Jillian, and today we are joined by Kyle, Mac, Josh, Katie, all the way over from Vampire on Saturday nights, and Christo. Now, last time, there was a storm brewing. Middle of winter, snow slowly piling up, a whiteout. The sun setting, the snow falling, visibility gone. The only way you could survive the night is by going to Lana Del's Bay Bar, the only available space in the area where you could get a nice warm bowl of soup, a room, and protection from the elements. And that's how all of you had found yourselves there, with a few other colorful characters. Throughout the night, we lost some of those colorful characters. An older gentleman named Courtney ran out into the night at one point. Hasn't been seen since, even when the party went to investigate, only to find a pack of wolves, which were scared off by something much bigger. Next, a man who seemed to have information for the Silver Bullet about a woman from his past. Something seems to change with him emotionally and begins to complain that he is cold and wants to go inside, even though he is currently both of those things. And after firing his gun in the inn, is able to make their way out into the snow. Once again, has not been seen since. But his voice has been heard a couple times as some sort of horrible monster, creature, being, unknown origin, has made its way to the inn and has begun to terrorize. Maybe it just wants to get in, which it says over and over and over again. And eventually tries very hard to get inside, pushing its way in through one of the windows. Most of the normal people in this establishment see a terrible monster and flee, but some freeze and some fight. This results in Cam being dragged out into the snow, body frozen in terror, the monster staring down into her face and requesting to be let inside. Meanwhile, the doctor, finding some sort of heroism deep inside of their bones, has, with a bag full of booze, jumped out the window and has started making their way into the darkness. But I think I would love to start with Team Flee. Currently, we are set up into different groups where people have decided to bunker in, at least for the moment, depending on how they feel. There are a couple people upstairs. Currently, nobody knows exactly where Fink is, and some have gone down into the basement. I would love to start with Team Basement. Once again, retying the door, Charlie. There's the sound of yelling. There's a sound of bending of wood, heavy footsteps overhead, and then nothing. It becomes very quiet upstairs for Charlie and the Silver Bullet, who I believe are joined by Benji and Belle. Yeah. Belle is fully pushed as far into a back corner as she can, and Benji is sort of like between her and the door and is like just kind of standing there and waiting and listening, but no sounds. What would you guys like to do?
So what last Charlie said to me, can you refresh my memory? What?
God, I told you something like we were done with each other after you got down here.
That's right. So Harvey, after a tense couple moments listening to what's happening upstairs, is quiet, and then once it's quiet upstairs, he speaks to Charlie again and says, I don't know who you are, and the reason I came out here is definitely not for you. I got messed up in a relationship with someone that stole every penny I had, and since then I've been tracking her across the damn US, and that guy who just jumped out the window, he was one of her old friends in her posse, and you don't know him, do you?
Just squinting my eyes the whole time.
Slowly narrowing.
No. I don't know him.
So you don't know
I don't even know his name. I just know he was trying to shoot people.
well, if he ran around with her, I'm not too sad that he went outside in this and probably won't be heard from again.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't come here for you.
Well, let's keep it that way. I'm gonna shove past him and go to Benji.
And I will keep my gun trained on the entrance to the underneath.
Okay.
And keep listening.
You casually brush back a little hair, like, yeah. But you approach Benji, who looks shook, like, like a normal person's reaction to all of this. Like, he is standing as straight as he can and as solid as he can, but there's a bit of a tremor to the hands.
Just put my hand on his shoulder. You okay? I don't think it's coming down here.
Yeah. I'm okay. And he glances around, and then his eyes get wide.
Look where he's looking. What?
Did you see where Lana went? We were down here when it started.
I think she ran upstairs.
Yeah, Lana went upstairs after who was up there? Jacques.
Yeah. He was setting some kind of trap up there. She ran up after the thing started getting in.
Benji pushes past you and starts to make his way to open the door.
What are you doing?
Where the hell are you going?
What? Benji!
That's what it sounds like to him. As he starts to untie it. I have to make sure that Lana's okay. And
she'll be fine. This is her bar. You need to stay down here where it's safe.
Go ahead and roll persuasion with disadvantage, Silver Bullet.
I'm really good at that. It's a 6.
I am very persuasive. Please don't go.
Please don't leave us alone down here in the safety.
Belle's not gonna do anything. Please.
Belle's like, it's like an offended gasp from the back of the room. He does not seem to be stopping. It's been quiet for a couple minutes. I'm going to go check.
Fine. I'm retying the door though. You're not gonna be able to come back down.
That's your choice, Charlie.
Okay.
Why don't we have a secret knock? Just in case.
Fine, make up a knock, and he finishes the last of the knot.
How about shaving a haircut? If that thing knows shaving a haircut, we're all doomed.
It knows. I'm not making a note. You're making a note. Shave haircut. Okay. He kind of gives a nod, and he is going to try and stealth his way to go find Lana. He gets up and he looks around, and before he closes it, he says, "Nobody's here. Everyone's gone." Just slowly
Just pulls it down.
And you hear the gentle creak of footsteps. I think I rolled, but I don't remember. It would have been better to remember the other one. And from your perspective, it's like the dude is hopscotching his way across the room. But he is making his way towards the staircase, and eventually his footsteps are inaudible to you. And it is just the two of you and Belle.
What else? What is down here?
This is a storage supply area. You can see that there are some barrels, everything a bit unlabeled. Usually some containers, bags, barrels, boxes containing food, more than likely, or supplies to make it through the winter for at least extended periods of times, especially when the weather gets this bad. There's probably some things of alcohol down here, and there is also it looks like a prepping station for cooking, and a solid door with a visible lock on it. These are the things down in the basement.
So taking stock, I'll grab just an extra knife to keep that on me.
Okay.
And I'll ask, is there anything else down here we could use to protect ourselves? What's behind the door?
I don't know. I'm going to find out. I'm trying to find something heavy to try to smash the lock open with.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Damn thing's been locked the entire time I've been here. She's not going to stop me now.
If it helps, if it saves your life, then she can beat you up about it tomorrow.
Go ahead and roll investigation for looking for something heavy.
Can I help?
Sure, you have advantage.
Ooh, they're both the same at 16.
Ooh. 16. I would say, yeah, we're gonna have to go with the cast iron. I think that's the best you are going to find down here.
All right. Let's start beating
and you
this
pick it
lock
up.
open.
It's still a little warm to the touch, but it is touchable. You're like, this'll do. This'll do.
This will work.
Put some circulation back into your hand as well. You can the fleeing kind of feel cold in the feet and hands, but this warms it up, and you square up with this door that nobody seems to have squared up with in who knows how long.
I'll say, wait just a second, and I'm going to grab some cloth to dampen the sound so it's not like metal hitting metal in the basement.
You place a piece of fabric over the lock and are like,
good luck.
Great.
Go ahead and roll just strength. Just roll D20, add your strength modifier.
Okay. Oof, that's a 12.
It's like watching an episode of El Kabong is kind of the energy we're getting here. Yeah, there's a piece of fabric there, but you continue to hit and hit and hit. It doesn't seem to be given.
Should we try putting a shoulder through it? Or Miss Bell, do you know where there's a key?
You can see Belle is sort of staring off into space a bit, just like kind of like wide-eyed and distant. Lana has the key.
Do you know what's in there?
She shakes her head. No.
All right. Thanks for your help.
She nods and just kind of stares nervously at the stairs. Meanwhile, up another flight of stairs, there's a Frenchman, instead of shitting his pants.
Shitting in a pot.
Yeah. Has at least the decorum to take pants off and not shit in his pants. But is going to the bathroom currently, locked in his own room upstairs. Is there anything you'd like to do?
So what's in
Curious.
this besides the crock pot and a bed?
There is a side table with a little bit of a lantern. There looks like there's a spot to kind of wash yourself up a little bit. It looks like there's a wooden chair and something akin to a very, very basic desk.
Ooh, okay. So I want to spend my time like flipping the bed over the window, I think is my best option, and then putting that like a small, not the desk, but that table with the lamp. I'm going to take the lamp off though first, and then put the table in front of the door so that I got like both exits kind of blocked, and then I'm going to start making my fucking rope trap that I was trying to make earlier kind of like in the center of the room.
Okay.
And that takes about 10 minutes.
All right. You start setting up. There is a point during this where you hear as gentle footsteps pass by your door.
As I try to pass, I will stay still and like try not to make a sound.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
That's a natural one, so I guess I sneeze.
Let you. And
It's like one of the loudest dad sneezes.
the footsteps stop just as they were starting to recede, and then they come back. Do you know which room she's in?
Do I?
You probably do not. She went into your room and you took your pants off and she left.
She is not here, in a different room.
And Benji continues his way down the hall, not really interested in you. And eventually you hear the sound of like a door opening and like hushed speaking. Then the door closes again. But you have thoroughly barricaded yourself into this room.
Nice.
Let's see. Lana and Benji, that's their business. Nobody else.
Oh, and I
is
wanted to say
there.
I was gonna like make a, what do you call it? Like a barricade against, so like I was gonna turn the desk over and like put it against the wall and then hide behind it kind of thing. So I'm like hidden in it, on it thing kind of thing.
Perfect.
And I'm taking my chamber pot and the lantern back there with me.
This is all I have left. You set up shop there and you feel yourself fading. You are holding on by a thread at this point, and all of this movement has kind of not given this wound any time to heal, but you push through and set up and hope for the best from your vantage point. All right. I'm going to go back down to basement crew one more time just to see if there's anything else. During this time, there has not been a sound upstairs.
I think we were going to try to keep opening the door. Maybe the wood's a little rotted down here, so we can put a shoulder.
Oh, somebody
through
was going to
easily.
shoulder it. I recall.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
You're probably stronger than me, but I think
You're
you're also
muted, Katie.
muted.
Yeah, it was.
But I could
Yeah,
see the
me.
nodding,
Yes.
the confirmation.
If the door is big enough for two people, I'm happy to help, but
Sure. Go ahead and roll strength with advantage. D20. Add your strength modifier.
Well, that's much better. 21.
nice.
21. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the door, putting all of your weight into it and hoping for some sort of water damage that has made this door weak over the years. Dry as a bone, but in the healthy way, not it explodes into 1,000 shards type of way. Luckily, it does not, you don't dislocate your shoulder, but there is a slight sound of movement, of give, but the door stands. That was a really good roll, though.
Do we see any more options on getting in there? I also do have a sword, but I don't know how good sword is at opening door.
Jillian, tell me how good sword is at opening door.
That's your job as
We
Your
slash
As
job
the
is tell
Wild
me
West
how good
dungeon
sword
master.
at door.
Go ahead
It
and mark off
depends.
bamboozle the DM on your bingo card.
I refuse. Asking to use a sword on the door is not a bamboozle. You're welcome to try and use it in more of a wedging type of situation. Might be the best. Maybe
just
wrap
straight
the
attack the
chain
door.
kind of around it and try and wrench it in a direction, kind of like a flimsy crowbar.
I feel like the pan would be better at being a flimsy crowbar than my sword.
It would be a short, sturdy-ish crowbar.
Well then maybe we'll just try using the pan to get in the lock and start pulling on it to wrench that thing free.
Okay. I can be kind. I will allow one more strength check to try and get into this very sturdy bitch.
This door is illegally strong.
It is. It's like she doesn't
Sometimes
want
doors
someone
are
in there.
strong for a reason. So you can go ahead and roll with advantage because I know your friend will be assisting you.
Just want to know what's in this damn door, Jillian.
Well, if you went upstairs and asked somebody very politely for a key, maybe you
She'd
could
tell me
know.
no still.
It depends on the situation, I suppose.
I got another 21.
You think if this was not an enforced like enforced door that you would be in, you would be kicking it down. There is the sound of some movement, but 21 is not going to do it.
It would be loud as hell, but I could shoot it.
I'm going to leave you assholes on that. I'm going to leave you guys on that one as you stare at this door, the true villain of the night,
Really?
and are like, I could shoot it, if we want to. Meanwhile, the good doctor, something inside of you, a flip of the switch what could one say? Some sort of heroism deep in your bones. And you're outside and you're running into the darkness after a monster that you can't see.
Oh, I didn't say I was
would-
running. I
am
walking.
running. I am meandering. Don't get it twisted.
Moseying.
Go.
Moseying.
It's a casual mosey. Biting cold. Hard to keep your eyes open and forward. I'd like a perception check with disadvantage.
All right. Figure out what my perception modifier. Okay. It's a 14.
Wow. It gets more difficult as you walk. Is there anything you're doing, or are you just trying to find Cam or anything?
I am trying to follow the disturbed snow where a large monster made its way through. But at the same time, I've got my bag full of booze and I'm trying to like stuff gauze down into them. And I'm making Molotov cocktails and just like standing it up like a 12 pack or whatever in my doctor's bag of Molotov cocktails.
I would love you to roll something for me to actively be making cocktails.
Sure.
As you walk through the snow at night. Would you be so kind as to give me sleight of hand, please?
Sure.
Thankfully, at least you only need one type of liquor to make this cocktail.
Yeah. That's a 17.
Doesn't have to taste good.
17.
Okay. You don't spill it everywhere, and that's really the goal, is not getting it all over yourself. It definitely slows you down. This meander, this mosey is very slow, but you keep pushing forward, driven by something, and kind of looking up, grabbing a piece of gauze, looking up, and it is just the howl of wind.
How many bottles would you say I was able to get when I was doing my little bar raid?
Let's say there's 4 in there, 4 bottles.
All right. So when I get to the 4th one, I would like to take my matches and light it up, and I want to use it as a torch. So I've got some light out here because no dark vision.
One moment, I'm going to roll you a luck check the second you strike a match.
Okay.
No. How fun, though. It goes out immediately. The wind is whipping from all directions. It is near impossible to light a match in this situation.
Okay.
But you kind of like one match down and you start to get another one out, and the sound changes. Something is breaking through the wind, whistling in your ears, and it is screaming. You can hear screaming up ahead, and it's getting louder. It is actively getting louder and closer to you.
Can I tell where the barn is versus the bar that I left versus where I am? Like, which is closer?
Which is closer? You're probably closer to the bar.
To the bar that I walked out of.
Yeah, the barn you're not heading towards the barn. You are now like angled away from it.
Cool.
But this screaming grows louder and louder and louder until you are fully plowed into. You can't see. Cam, you were running and running and running, and you've just fully crashed into a person. You need to get inside. What would you like to do?
Cam. Mac.
You're also muted.
You're muted or
I'm so sorry. I did not hear my name called. I do apologize. I guess I'm having some issues with my connectivity on this side. I'm sorry. Can I get the lead in? I apologize.
You have been running through the snow in the darkness screaming. You have to get back inside, and you have just fully ran into another figure in the darkness. There is the slosh of alcoholic beverages. Actually, I would love.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna do some opposed athletics here, boys, to see
Fuck
how
yeah,
this goes.
boys! Let's get it.
Good doctor, Cam.
All right.
Like, hello? Oof. It is.
Hello? Ah!
that's a
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
that's 7. I got a 7.
You might not have beat me. I rolled pretty shit. Let me find out. 1 second. Acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics.
Actually,
I rolled athletics.
It's athletics.
it is athletics. Okay, then in that case, I did not roll better than you. I got a 4.
It is not the case that you win in stopping her. You win in losing your holding onto your bag of alcohol.
Fuck.
Was the issue.
Oh.
As she crashes into you, you kind of spin and take it a bit.
Oh
and
boy.
There is the clashing of glass, and you hold on.
Does Cam go
Cam,
like full on ass first on the floor?
It doesn't even matter, Cam. You
Ah,
have to
cool.
get inside.
Yeah.
There is no other option in your mind.
I don't think Cam even recognizes the doctor at that point. Like, she is like unseeing, panic, running for the closest light source. Nothing. No
Does
person.
does Josiah recognize Cam?
You probably know it is her by the octave of the screaming and probably some babbling. But she keeps
not making
going.
any sense.
Slow down, sharpshooter. Let's
stop it. Get up. I gotta go.
All right.
She's gone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow her back with a little bit more haste this time.
Here.
I mean, she's
I'd
full
like
on
to put
lost
my
her
meander.
hat. She hasn't gone looking for it. That seemed pretty important to her, so.
Cam, you run and run and run, and you're inside.
Thank the fuck. Thank the fuck.
Doctor, you're welcome to follow suit.
Yeah,
if
I'm
so
gonna
inclined.
follow without tripping. Like, is a brisk walk. Maybe a little jog through the snow, but I'm following her tracks in the snow.
Is there any relief from any sense of being followed or any kind of terror?
It's funny because I just sent you a message about that. Easy enough to say yes.
Okay. All right. I guess on getting inside, Cam probably kind of stops short and like catches her breath, looks around for a second, and probably tries to like find a corner to hole up in and just drink if she can find any canteens left in her jacket.
How did you make it out of that thing's clutches?
You tell me. I
couldn't
don't
see
know.
shit out there. There was dark and snow blowing everywhere. All I was doing was following the footprints in the snow.
I could not tell you. It was dragging me. I think I lost my hat. I remember it was over me, and I don't know, next thing I was running.
Uh, are you wounded more than you were prior?
DM, am I more wounded than I was before getting dragged out into the snow?
Well, good doctor. First, how about you give me a medicine check as you glance over the patient?
13.
Nothing new compared to what you believe was there, in your opinion. Like,
Okay.
she's hurt, but it doesn't look like anything new to you. Cam, you're cold.
Mm-hmm.
You do hurt. You were injured, but
Yeah,
not like you have a fresh gaping wound in your neck that you notice. It's
That's
it's
good.
nothing like that.
no additional bullet holes that I have acquired.
No,
Cool.
that would be very fun though if it like opened its mouth and it was just like a Tommy gun or
Bullets!
something.
It's an animatronic. We should have known.
What a twist, guys.
Oh boy.
So
Yeah.
that whiskey to warm you up, something good. But
It's helping.
can you tell me anything about what the hell that was? You were the closest to it of any of us. I thought you were gonna. I'm not sure what was going through my mind going out there to try and get you back, but
You did what?
well, you ran into me out there.
I do not recall that, Doctor. I'm sorry.
It's fine. No harm done. Just you don't recall anything about that creature?
Not a damn thing. No.
It'd be awfully useful knowledge to know how to get away from it. You haven't successfully done so.
I wish I could share my information with you. Frankly, I do not know. It had me. It damn well could have killed me. If it had intended to, it would have. I guess. I
So
don't know.
you think it doesn't mean harm, but it sure has a strange
I don't
way
know.
of showing that.
I don't know if it means harm or not, or if it has enough intelligence to mean anything. But I don't know. I really don't. It does not sit right with me. I don't know. I can't think of anything specific about it, but I do not want to encounter that thing again if I can help it, but seeing as it's outside and that is where we must go in order to egress, do not know what other choice we have.
Well, I'm not sure it's a good idea to egress anytime soon, and I'm not sure where anybody else went. We seem to be
Where the
alone
fuck is
here.
everybody?
Meanwhile, you team in the basement as you both stare at the lock like, I could shoot it. There is the clatter of sound above you as a large thump, followed by the sound of something like grinding on glass, and then heavy footsteps making their way across and towards the direction of the bar, followed by another set of foot going that way, and then a conversation between two people.
Well, that sounds safe, but I really want to know what's on the other side of this door.
Listen here, there's this door, Jillian.
You have presented us with a mystery.
A challenge.
I know there's a lot happening, like there's a monster. But have you seen this goddamn door,
Have
Jillian?
you
There
seen
might
this
be some
goddamn door?
treasure.
The sexual appeal of this door is so enticing.
I'm so
Um,
turned
I
on
gotta
right now.
Get it, those penny
Nobody else
dreadfuls.
aroused? What would
I
you guys
need
like
those
to do?
porns.
You guys are welcome to continue to fight this door. I can't stop you. There's no reason to stop you, but you hear people upstairs, but also there's a door though.
Hmm.
Harvey will turn to Charlie, who I think you're on mute, but
No.
just asks, should we be quiet down here? Should we?
I want to open the door, but if it's just them up there, my axe is up there. I can go get that and try to open it.
Yeah,
Pardon me, guys.
I'll cover you.
I'm gonna go get my axe then.
Hell yeah.
The two of you sitting behind the bar here. Then Charlie pops up.
Ah! Where the fuck were you?
Downstairs, we're opening a door, and I'm gonna run and get my axe. That's
Does
near
the
where the
door
monster
lead to
broken.
Does the door lead to safety?
I don't know. It hasn't been opened once since I've been here. We're gonna find out.
If it's a closet, that ain't gonna be safe. I'm just saying.
It's safer than right here where there's this gaping hole in the wall. I'm gonna run back downstairs.
But there's also whiskey.
There's alcohol downstairs.
Oh, they got alcohol downstairs.
And she is up and moving.
Join the party.
I mean, it's more pleasant than upstairs. That is very true. Although, y'all seen Frenchie or nothing?
No, he was upstairs.
Oh.
That's where we left him, at least.
Yeah,
How the
you should
fuck
go
you
check
run
on him.
Upstairs. Ugh.
But he was already up there. He couldn't walk.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, goddamn. All right, yeah, better
Us.
check on him.
I'll accompany you.
All
Where's Miss Dell?
Also upstairs.
Wonderful. We need to have some words with her.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh man, let's get to it, I suppose.
After you,
Those
Sharpshooter.
bottles in your bag still drinkable?
They're drinkable, but they might have some better uses to them at the moment. Trust me, I am as tempted as you to partake in libation at this moment, but
Well, Cam will slap the whiskey bottle into Josiah's chest and start making her way upstairs. She's had her share.
take a long drab off that dram off that whiskey.
Uh-huh.
I can only
All
assume
right.
you guys hear the sound of metal on metal.
Uh-huh.
They are,
Axe is being taken
they are
Hey,
quite
downstairs.
enthralled by that
Hey,
room.
There's also a wooden door that I could start hitting with the axe.
I mean, that's true.
Start going for the solid wooden door. Like
Uh-huh.
eventually, she's got to give, and just hitting at it.
Go for the weak points.
The weak point.
Massive
There's
damage.
no weak point in this door.
Oh no.
It's
No
called the
joints?
keyhole. But
Oh.
but you both make your way upstairs. Give me perception checks.
All right. Perception. Ooh,
15.
that's a dirty 20 for me.
Ooh. Easy enough for both of you to guess where the Frenchman is based on the
smell.
very obvious, almost comedic trail of blood that leads to the door.
That's
But
an awful lot of blood.
Cam, you are able to get the second half of the story.
Eh.
As you can see, it looks like a more feminine shaped shoe stepping through the blood and heading off in a separate direction further down the hall.
Uh-huh.
So
On
you have kind of
account
a
of-
bearing on couple directions here.
Okay. Cam's gonna point that out to the doctor and kind of lean in. On account of the Frenchie's injuries, it rather seems like he may need some direct attention. Can you assist him while I go inquire with Miss Lana?
I will do my damnedest. I think I did all I could when I was treating him before, but
But could you do a little more of all
I-
you could if you could try?
I will absolutely try. I'm hoping he's still with us.
Hope
I'll
to
give a
God
knock
he
on the
is.
door to Jacques' room.
Jacques, there's a knock at the door.
Oh, away.
Glad to see you're still with us. I think we are considering congregating in the basement. There seems to be a door of some irresistible appeal down there. It seems to be decided amongst our friends and colleagues here that might be the safest place to be. I'm not sure I agree, but we would love to have you with us, sir.
Jacques, just in his little corner, holding his bleeds, his wounds, and just too tired to even move. He's just like, just leave me alone.
We have whiskey.
I don't think that's really gonna
Uh,
help.
That's all I've seen him do is drink and bleed. So I thought maybe it would help.
Has two hobbies.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's just thinking about how the doctor already saw him and did nothing. So he's just like, go spend your medical expertise downstairs, you useless quack.
I resent the accusation of my being a quack. I've learned it in both the ways of homeopathy and chiropractic and all manner of naturopathy. But if this is where you choose to make your last stand, sir, I bid you in your fair language, adieu. And I'll go make my way over to the room that Cam's entering with Lana in it, presumably.
Meanwhile, Cam, you find the door that these little little itty bitty blood footprint makes its way to.
Okay. Cam will give a light knock on the door. Lana, you in there?
Who is it? And you hear Benji's voice.
It's Cam.
You hear hushed talking on the other side.
Y'all okay? You hurt?
The door opens. Benji standing in front. Lana holding this hefty shotgun. It is not aimed at you, but it is held in a way that one could aim it at a person quickly if they so desired.
That's
just
very
like the-
valid, considering what's gone on over the course of the night. That's fair.
What's going on?
Well, I'm not dead, apparently. Not sure how. Doc is checking on Frenchie right now. Seems most folks are heading downstairs towards the basement, trying to find fortifications. There was something about a door, I don't know.
What are they doing to my fucking door? Lana
don't
is
know.
stepped up.
I don't know shit about nothing. I just heard
Is that
somebody
thing
say
down
something
there?
about a door.
Is there is that thing down there?
No, not
Get the hell out of my
inside.
way.
Not inside.
Lana
Oh, yeah.
is full force making her way downstairs.
All right,
Benji,
Cam's gonna
looks-
follow up and keep her covered, I guess.
As you turn, Doctor, well, okay, and then Lana just pushes past you, and is making her way down the steps towards the trapdoor.
We're heading downstairs, I guess. Benji, she all right?
I don't think that Jacques going to be joining us, but I'm sorry, Benji. Go ahead, sir.
He opened his mouth, but he's staying with Lana, so he's already
Gone.
kind of shrugs and follows her down.
All right.
I'll give a shrug too and hand the bottle back to Cam.
Oh yeah, Cam's taking another dram. It's been a rough night. It's been a very rough night. She doesn't have her hat.
Sorry, my hat. It's all I had.
That's all I had.
Lana gets to the trap door and like tries to pull it up, but can't. And then begins to stomp on it.
Uh-oh.
Open this fucking door. And Benji comes over and he's like, tries to knock Shave at a haircut.
In between the boot stomping.
Yeah, it's hard to hear it. But he's trying to he's like, there was a knock. Both of y'all hear that.
Both the stomping and the shave and a haircut that's trying to cut in.
I mean, we've made no progress on opening this door. So
No, I think we can put the pan back and the cloth from the door and
it'll look the same.
I'll take up a position just
And I'll go open it. You stay by
The
bed.
door flings open the second that is undone.
Yeah.
And Lana, large shotgun in hand, makes her way down into the basement. What the hell do you think you're doing? And just stomps down, Benji following after her.
we're staying safe.
Gonna get yourselves fucking killed. And she looks at the door and sees the axe marks on it.
And Kit. Oh God.
Cam and Josiah, do you make your way into the basement as well?
That seems to be where everybody else is heading.
I think so. I will point out on our way that to Cam, I haven't seen that learned fella, the other doctor, the
Fink?
Professor.
the pencil neck guy.
Yeah, Professor Fink. Come to think of it, yeah, I don't recall what happened to him after that dust-up started. Oh boy. Okay.
Keep an eye out. He might be hiding somewhere.
Yeah, you head down with the rest. Keep an eye on Lana and all the rest of them. I'll check through some of the rooms and see whether or not I can't scare him up. If I can't find him inside of 5 minutes, I'll come back.
See if you can talk some sense into Jacques.
I'll do my best.
He seems to want to stay up there, but I cannot imagine that's any safer for him to be on his own, especially in his condition.
Probably.
And I'm
but
gonna stand at the top of the stairs, so I'm within earshot, but I can keep an eye on what's going on or I can try and keep an eye on what's going on in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The door is somebody in this group I know will eventually get the door. Yeah, you can stay at the top. We're locking it.
You will, of course, open that for me if I need to come down there, correct?
Yep.
Y'all haven't given either of us the
I knew-
knock.
I knew I could count on you, Mr. Silver Bullet, the
Cool.
fine Silver Bullet.
Mhm.
Cool.
I would like the people in the basement to roll insight, if you'd be so kind.
Wow, bastard 20.
Hell yeah.
13.
It's a dirty, naughty 20s.
Silver bullet. You can tell that Lana seems unsettled. She was upset about what you guys are doing at her door. But there was the moment where it was Cam said, I'll go check it out alone. And Lana just stops and looks up and watches until the door closes. It's subtle, but it stops her for a moment.
Does she move to say anything after?
Not immediately.
Okay. I think he'll keep it to himself for a hot second.
Okay. She takes a breath. The fuck are you doing in my door?
Sorry.
Why are you so interested in Cam going off alone?
Head snaps towards you.
Suddenly putting the axe away while she's distracted.
Batters into the background. I only saw it out of the corner of my eye when I was running. But that thing dragged her outside. I saw it drag her outside.
Then
And
why is she
just gets
alive?
back. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's unsettling those two other guys. I don't know.
Damn right it's unsettling.
What are we supposed to do about it? I'm not gonna go out there with her.
I think we should just be on our guard. That's all. We don't know if the same thing's going to happen and she's just going to open fire on us.
We go make sure that knot's real tight on that door.
Just like one moment. Shit, this is the time to do it anyways, I guess. And she like glances over at the door now, going back to the earlier thought.
Miss Lana, what is it you have hiding behind this door?
It snaps back in your direction. Now you
I heard the
listen
door
here,
mentioned. I'm
listen
running
good.
back.
You're like, oh, nope,
Huh?
the door.
A door?
She looks over the two of you. Now listen, I'm gonna give you, like, it's so much regret in the face. I'm going to give you permission to use the contents of the closet, but you damn well better not be next to my bar. And she pulls a key out from between her cleavage. And she goes over and like looks at the like partially mangled lock and like glares back at the two of you. And click, pulls it open, pulls out a second key for the knob itself, unlocks it, and slowly, like very like carefully pulls the door open. You guys have never seen so much goddamn TNT and black powder in your lives. This room is filled with the stuff. She's like, so what do you think would have happened, if you just were casually throwing sparks around the place, or, you decided to shoot it or something?
Well, I'm glad. Let me be the first to say that we did not shoot that door.
Or burn the bar down.
I was just sitting here like, yes, shoot it. Shoot the door. Shoot the fucking door.
End the episode right now. Here we go, boys.
And all of you stare at this beautiful, dry, preserved area compared to the rest of this underground space. It is immaculate and very, very dangerous. And that is where we are going to take our break. Thank you all so much for being here. We love telling you guys a fun little story. But we're going to take a 10-minute break, go get a snack, go get a drink, and we'll get back to some monster hunting and or just plain old surviving. See you guys in 10.
Thank you, Tim.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for the finale of our one shot. Currently, our Western. Just trying to think of a play on words, but I couldn't. Our Western team here has started to reconvene. A party almost fully back together, except for one Frenchman who is very content dying alone in the room that he has set up shop in. But nonetheless, the party members in the basement have been presented with the secret behind Lana Dell's door. And it is a room with an insane amount of black powder and TNT. And she stares into the room, and then she looks over at the two of you and then is like, there you go. Do you feel better now?
Just kind of shuffles his feet. Kind of.
A little bit.
Well, our instincts weren't wrong. There's something in there that could help us with this problem.
I mean, I watched bullets bounce off this thing. I shot it point blank with this shotgun, but if you want to use this, I still have a bar at the end of this. And if not, I kill you myself.
Absolutely.
She kind of like mumbles and like goes and sits down on a box.
How is the TNT and black powder? Is it in powder kegs, dynamite?
The best way I can convey the situation to you is with the word yes.
Wow.
All of it. Every way. Different containers. Beautifully stacked in different spots in the room. Pre-made TNT. Already with the wicks and what have you. It is really strange in comparison to the rest of your surroundings.
Well, Charlie, you ever use this stuff? Lana?
No.
We might need a little direction.
Oh, I've never used it before.
What are you doing
Why
with
do you
it?
have all of this, Lana?
She glares. My business. I did not build this place. I bought it from someone else. And it came with a little extra. So I kept it. And maybe was like, maybe it'll come in handy. I don't know. And a good on me.
You're beautiful and I love you, Lana. I'd kiss you if I thought you'd say yes.
Roll persuasion.
That is an 8.
Oh no. He just kind of says that under breath. Oh no. I'll tell you straight up, I have a list of men I do not kiss, and I will say bounty hunters are on them.
That's good. Probably.
I think most people should follow by that, even bounty hunters.
Now, do Wild Wild West rules apply and you can shoot some dynamite and that's enough to ignite it?
No.
Damn it. So then we're gonna need to find
Josh,
out.
there's a difference between Wild West rules and video game rules.
We are in historically accurate, kind of scientifically accurate, historically inaccurate.
Hey,
Wild
I
West.
see a red barrel. I shoot a red barrel.
The barrel is red, I'm shooting.
That's
If
bad.
it's got dynamite on the side of it,
And you shoot it.
Or a red skull and crossbones or something,
Yeah.
you know.
On a lucky day, something could happen.
yeah.
But it is a lucky day that would happen.
Well then, let's get some of this stuff upstairs.
Yeah, maybe one of the others have used it before.
Maybe someone else has an intelligence of more than 10 instead of less. Josiah, maybe he's smart.
Meanwhile, you all start to slowly, gingerly pick up now the most dangerous thing in the place, and begin to move your way upstairs. But first, Cam was off on a mission. Go ahead and roll investigation. See if you can find Fink.
Dokie. Oh, whoop. That is not where it goes to roll. Investigation. Well, it's not the worst, but it's not great either. It's an 11.
This Bosch dice is rethinking its life choices. Not a fan. Get it out of your system. So there's the Chaise Lounge
Okay.
where he once was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of like if it were a video game. He
Mm-hmm.
glitched through the couch and he is behind it. It's like he vibrated really fast and just went behind it. But
Probably
is
he
currently-
just like yeeted over it.
he's more than likely, but he is hiding behind the chaise.
Okay. All right, fair
And
enough.
he's just laid there quietly, unmoving, and seems very content to do that.
That makes a fair bit of sense, considering all of the gunfire and screaming that was happening before. Cam will kind of gingerly approach and sort of like hold out the whiskey bottle first, so that's the first thing that Fink catches sight of. And she kind of like whispers real low, "Hey, Professor, we're trying to hole up downstairs. You at least want a nip or something?"
I would like you give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw. Okay. All right. Lucky me. Well, not a great roll, but that's a 14.
So you approached this man by first moving something into his vision and then speaking, which resulted in
Oh.
him throwing his hand out to defend himself. And in slow motion, Ave Maria, the bottle scatters onto the ground, destroyed. And he pops up.
No!
Sharpshooter, you all right over there?
No! The whiskey!
We got more whiskey.
It's not the same. I can't go on.
We're gonna have to go on. That's the whole point of this endeavor,
God fucking damn it.
is to keep on going on.
Yeah, okay, fine. You got that out of your system now, Prof. You happy?
You startled me, and
Sorry. It's not a great night. Across the board. Are you unhurt? Are you okay?
he kind of glances at himself and nods like he's okay.
Okay. All right. Well, at the very least, things are quiet for right now. Frenchie's holed up upstairs. I'm gonna go try and coax him down so as he can join the rest in the basement where it sounds like folk are trying to hole up. Very least, sounds like they're trying to get a hold of some supplies to defend ourselves better against that thing outside. I'd recommend getting down below at the very least, unless you're planning on fighting this thing in some respect.
Yeah, Fink is already on his way over to the door and gives it
That's
a
good.
gentle knock. Hello, if you'd be so kind as to
It's
let
the
me in.
prof.
Hello?
I'm standing right there at the door, just watching him knock on the
Hello?
door.
Hello. Lana looks over you guys. Is somebody let him in.
It's just the professor.
We're going up there at the.
Yeah, I
counter
think
anyway,
we're.
So we'll open it.
We're coming up. Give us a second. Like,
We're
Oh
my
carrying
God.
some shit. Hold on.
Cam goes upstairs to go find our Frenchman, and the rest of the team comes up with handfuls of very dangerous containers of powder.
What in the name of Alfred Nobel have you dug up from that basement?
Lana leads the way up.
Alfred
If
Nobel.
anybody lives and speaks of this, hunt you down, kill you all myselves. And
Miss Lana, I
makes
don't
her way.
think you're gonna have to. What on earth?
Yeah, we were hoping you might have some idea how to use it.
You
blow it
light
up
the
or
wick
something.
and you don't be near it.
Good. So how do we set that up?
Well, how much wick do you have?
Lana also points out that there is like a huge spool of wick down there. So
Okay, so we got
you
a
guys
wire.
could do whatever you
have a
want.
lot.
Hell yeah.
So you currently have a beautiful setup before you. As Cam disappears up the stairs, Lana looks over to you, Josiah. Did you see how she got out of that situation?
It was dark and there was snow blowing. I tried to follow. I followed briefly, and then she came running the other direction.
This rubs me the wrong way, that's all.
This whole situation rubs me the wrong way, Miss Dell. Does this sort of thing happen often in your establishment?
Her eyes narrow. Yes, we're beset by monsters constantly, Doctor.
Well, I have to say, at very least, you look irritated, and you are quite beautiful when you're angry.
You're about to see the most beautiful bitch in town. I'm going to tell you that much. Now focus on that shit. And she points at
What would
the
you
growing
like me?
pile of TNT.
What would you like me to do with? I am a doctor, not a prospector.
Well, if you all would like to live, we can hope that staying in the basement does it and it leaves in the morning, or you all can figure something out with the supplies given to you far away from my establishment. So to toss up for what you guys feel like doing, but I don't know what else to tell you. This is my big secret. Here it is. Best I can do.
I was hoping your secret would contain some knowledge of where in the blue hell this beast came from, or what in the devil's anus it might be.
I'm not sure why that would make anybody feel better if I knew what it was.
Well,
I feel like that would be more unsettling if I was like, yes, the fucking monster that I keep in the basement.
Well,
No.
Did one of your lodgers deal in the arcane or the occult or anything like that? The gentleman upstairs that went missing, the Mr. Courtney.
Courtney was a vet. I don't know.
What would lead a man to, presumably he jumped out the window, defenestrated himself, and we watched as another man defenestrated himself right here in this very room.
I swear to God, if you say that word in my establishment one more time, I'm going to strangle you to death. So pick a new one.
All right.
You could just
the man
veins on
yeeted
her
himself. I'm coining a term here. I'm going to say yeeted himself out a window.
Thank you. Cannon.
Oh my god.
I'll take it. Meanwhile, Cam, you've made your way upstairs, and before you is the door where a Frenchman hides.
All right. Cam will come up and, having learned her lesson from Dr. Fink, Professor Fink, will announce herself after a brief, quiet knock. Frenchie, you in there? It's Cam.
Oui.
Fuck. You sound like shit warmed over. You all right?
Leave me here to die.
I'd prefer not to, frankly. I mean, at the very least, it's gonna be a real big hassle hauling your corpse all the way down these stairs. Can you at least do us a favor of coming down?
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
I'd be happy to. I would be happy to.
Hey, if you could convince me, that would be great.
I would be delighted to attempt. We'll see. I don't know. Will a 14 do it?
Ooh.
Right. Jock.
I don't have the one bottle of whiskey now, but I know that the doc's got a whole bag full of.
Jock is gonna like close his eyes and then like breathe real fast and then like as he props himself up off of the desk that he's been barricading beside.
Are you all right? You want me to come in and give you a hand?
I locked the door.
Oh.
You physically cannot help me.
You took some good precautions there, Frenchie, but might
you just hear
inconvenient
like
in
the
this case.
shuffling of like furniture very slowly, like as it scrapes across the floor, and then and then he opens the door out.
This
and
is
he's like,
extremely upsetting to listen to.
you just see
You're
like
really
blood.
bumming me out, man.
There's just blood across like half of his body, starting at like his side to like all the way down his leg. And he's just like not even opening his eyes, just looking down.
Jesus Horatio Christ, you come over here. Give me your arm.
I don't
okay?
want Felicia.
I know. Come here. Put your
I'm not
arm
in the
around my
mood right
shoulders.
now.
I am a married
Enough-
man.
I know, I understand. That's fine. Put your arm around my shoulders. Come on, we're gonna go downstairs.
How is Sasquatch anyway?
I hope she's well.
I hope she's all right.
I have a traveling job, so she's back at
Yes,
home.
yes.
Understands.
Of course. Just
Um,
think of your pretty hairy wife, and we'll get you downstairs, okay?
And I'll follow so on her shoulder.
You all make your way downstairs, and the team is back together. And just so everybody knows what I am vaguely expecting from this moment,
Mm-hmm.
this is your planning period.
Oh, cool.
We're going to decide what you are going to do,
Uh-huh.
and then we're doing it.
All right.
So
All right.
talk it out as you need to, but this is the time to plan.
Okay,
it.
so what do we got? We got how many sound bodies betwixt us?
Mhm.
I'm pretty much fine.
Okay.
I took a pretty harsh hit.
I'm feeling all right. I have to say, I'm not as bad as some other people in present company.
And I have like Jacques has his finger up. He's just drinking from a new bottle.
Mhm. That's fair. Uh-huh. All right, so we need something not requiring very much moving, what we can assign for Frenchie. Outside of that, I figure at the very least the rest of us are mobile.
Mhm.
What did we find downstairs? I'd assume, I don't know, where have y'all stacked the TNT?
I'm assuming it's presented beautifully, like very much in view on the bar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep it away from my bar. Puts
Keep
it on
that
bar.
away from the oil lamps, is what I was going to say.
All right.
Everyone
yep,
takes
yep,
the
that's-
6 oil
mhm.
lamps off of the TNT that they had placed
Mhm.
there. Like, oh
Very
man.
purposely put it
It was
on
like
top.
Christmas lights.
We were
Oh,
just
somebody was
lighting them up
mid
for
striking
you.
a match. Like, oh, okay, you're right.
My God.
I just
Jesus
wanted to
Christ.
have some light in here. Yeah.
You can
Just-
have
it was a
light,
little
just
dark.
not
I just
on top of the TNT. Okay. So we have. Okay. We've got one thing out there. Couple folk unaccounted for. I ain't seen hide nor hair of our veteran friend or that asshole what shot my arm. So far as we're aware, just the one assailant to account for, and hopefully all of this black powder will do something what bullets and blades could not. If it cannot, then I think we have shot our load and cannot do more. That being said, I figure it probably best to try and lure this thing in somewhere where we can catch it, contain it, blow it the hell up. See what that does.
Well, Ms. Dell was quite clear that if anything happened to her fine watering hole here, that she would at very least put us in the ground, and then somewhat implied that she would haunt us from the afterlife if she wasn't around to put us in the ground herself. So
that makes sense.
On my way in, I did not get a good look, but I believe I saw a barn.
Okay.
She's not going to want us to destroy her barn.
Barn's off limits.
Yeah.
I
Opened her mouth and then closed it because the words she was going to say were said, and she's like, mm-hmm.
Alrighty
And she's
then.
currently pouring herself a drink, like, not drinking
Right.
from the bottle like all the heathens in this area at the moment, like just actually filling a drink.
What's the closest clearing to here? What is a place where we can get to in walking distance through a whiteout that we can lead this thing into, that we can set up as a trap? Something far enough away from here that we can blow it to hell and back and it not affect business here.
We need to keep that powder dry. Can't just set it in a clearing in a snowstorm. That's why I proposed the barn. And I know Miss Dell does not want to lose her oh so fine barn. But I have to believe that none of us here want to lose our lives either.
Well,
I think she's
Was
got
there
a few
some talk
blankets
of-
to spare.
I was gonna say, was there
We can
talk of
cover
any
it.
kind of construction, anything inside of that barn? We were talking about that when we were talking about reinforcing the windows.
There's just wood, nails. That's about it.
What
Big
do you
enough to
keep
make a
there? Do
slide
you
Also,
have,
you're-
into?
If you'd like to blow up the barn, which I'm telling you, no, you can also kill every horse, animal, and cart in there and
I-
strand yourselves here with me. So that's something to keep in mind.
I cannot think of a
will
more
not be
pleasant
burning the
company to
barn.
be stranded with, Miss Dell.
Your money is no
You-
good here anymore. Just keep that in mind as well.
I would like to keep my horse.
You're almost out of booze, so
Honestly,
Doctor,
don't want
you-
to stay here anymore. It's getting rough.
You are some special kind of masochist, sir. Anyhow,
Is there any way we could lure it out to the edge of the woods? Maybe set up a bunch of that TNT and
we could make a lean-to or something out of some scrap wood, cover over the TNT, keep it dry.
we're not even sure what it wants. How do we lure it if we
I'll
don't?
do it.
I mean, it probably wants one of
Flames
us.
his
I will,
hands on the table.
I will bait the beast.
All I
You
I'm
heard
going
it
to
say,
die tonight.
all
Well,
I
we
heard
would
it
prefer
say
you
was,
not.
"Let me inside," and "ma'am." Those are the words I heard.
but and DM, tell me if my intelligence of 8 is too low to have intuited this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But it does seem to want people. It keeps going toward people. So if there are people out there setting up this dynamite trap, maybe it might go to them.
Mhm. Especially
Nice.
if we make enough noise to draw its attention, I'd expect. We certainly could.
I'm
not
sure
not
we
a
could
terrible
probably set
idea.
up a trap near it. Frenchie and I here could probably set up some kind of snare nearby to hold it down while we blow it up.
As
That
well,
does take 10
honestly.
minutes, so.
If there's two of us, maybe it'll take 5.
Hmm.
I would consider that if there are two of you working on it, it takes 5 minutes.
Hell yeah! Okay. We got us something working. All right, if you two can set up a snare fast enough that it won't slow us down too much, and if we can get together some kind of cover that we can, or a box that we could put the TNT into, feed the fuse through.
That's going to be a challenge in itself. I know how dynamite works. I've had enough drinks with prospectors and those out looking for minerals. Then I know you can light the fuse. But as far as wiring something up, we're gonna have trouble out there. I tried to light myself a little torch when I was out there looking for you, Miss Cam, and we're gonna have trouble with the wind and the cold and the snow getting a fuse lit. So
All the
we-
more reason for a lean-to then, now.
I
the wind
agree.
off.
I agree. That's a good idea. You and the silver bullet, a buck in the trend. They say that the pretty one's always dumb, but you two, you're proving that saying wrong.
Interesting. All right. If you say so. That said, I feel pretty strongly that a lean-to would be fast. Wouldn't need to be nothing fancy. Just big enough to keep the wind out of a narrow enough place that we could light the wick and keep it lit. And just long enough that it could cover over and keep any snow from putting out the wick or wetting the gunpowder. Maybe we could throw down a blanket underneath.
I suppose that's as good an idea as we might find.
It'd be fast, if nothing else. We could set it up quick.
All right, I think we should get to work because I don't like this thing just out there.
Long we
I'm
wait,
not a
the
fan
worse.
myself.
I'll post up on the second floor and keep an eye out. Just carry a lantern with you.
All
You
right.
can at least help carry some wood.
Would you rather have someone watching your back against wolves or someone who doesn't have very good wood carrying arms to carry wood?
Meta knowledge. What's your like perception?
Mine is
Yeah.
+4.
Can I then do this because I'm really dead and my perception is +7?
Why don't you both stay upstairs?
What?
Meta knowledge aside, wouldn't it be best if we had two of our best guns up in the window, and we should set this trap up no further than the effective range of their weapons,
Oh,
I should say
absolutely.
so.
I believe that.
but far enough away that we don't blow up the bar that we're going to need to spend the night in. And
Well, I got a 150 range feet.
That's better than I've got with my pea shooter here.
I suppose I can help. Miss Dell, do you have extra blankets or coats or anything to keep us warm while we're out there? It is a bit nippy out.
There are blankets upstairs. Okay. So, what is the plan? State the plan to me.
At the very least, I think Cam will be part of whatever party is heading to the barn to gather materials to construct a lean-to. It sounds to me like there will be a party of 2 watching from the window to keep an eye on us while we're doing that. I figure maybe we construct like part of the lean-to inside the inn and then run it out to where we want to set up. Or, I don't know, what do
Okay.
y'all think?
Is that the first step of this plan? Go get the wood and bring it back to the inn?
Or do we want to run it straight out to where we want to plant up,
We
post up?
probably want to take it straight to where we're going to set the trap. And
Can't we get a plunger going from the inn to the TNT because we have the spool for it?
potentially, yes. Does
Beautiful
anyone know how
plunger
to
also
operate
sitting-
that? I don't want a situation where we use the plunger and it does not work.
If
I
y'all
would
happen
not
know
like to
how.
leave that to a hypothetical roll of the dice.
Well, if it doesn't work, then I can shoot at the pile, and that should do it.
We'll put a
I'm
lantern.
Take
not
on
back what I
top
said
and
about the
we can
pretty
shoot
ones
that.
being dumb.
Yeah, you're
leave a
right.
lantern
We're
on
pretty
top that we
smart.
can shoot.
Say it one more time, Jacques.
So just in case we do got to shoot it, we'll put a lantern on top.
Ah.
There we go.
I was just like, I want that so everybody could hear it. I was like,
Gosh. This jock guy, he's
He's smart.
He's the French kind of smart.
He is glad to have
Crazy
him
like
along.
a Frenchie.
Okay.
Oh God, it just occurred to me why he ran up and retreated and hid in a room.
So here's me asking to know how this is going to go. Who is part of team leaving the inn? Hands up. Okay.
And I could
You all will.
probably, if this thing is drawn to people, I've told that I can be quite loud in if I need to stand in an opportune location and speak out loud to draw it near, then maybe I could do that. So long as the
Distraction, if
silver
nothing
bullet
else.
is covering from the window above.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, here I am covering with my bullets. I've got you,
Hmm.
The
fam.
bullets that have worked so well.
Yeah.
I've got you. Don't worry.
I mean, if nothing else, it'll keep wolves away.
And hey, he's got a spotter now, so
Yeah.
So you are going to go to the barn. You're going to take the supplies and you are going to take them to your spot away from the inn and near to the woods
Mm-hmm.
and set up a bit of a lean-to. This is where you will also set up your DNA, your TNT.
Dynamite.
Ooh.
Hey.
What are we putting on the ground?
A
out there?
choice. Definitely a choice.
Woo!
I
It's a
I'm
will
leaving my
party.
not
DNA
do
wherever
what
I
you
go.
love.
You know when
It might
Cam
be our
said we
last
shot our
chance.
load?
So here's the thing. Because I'm gonna just go into this and start making people roll dice.
All right.
Are you bringing the TNT and the spool with you and this lantern? Or are you trying to build something there and somebody will meet you? Or are you coming back to the inn and grabbing the rest of the stuff and bringing it out? Because there's a lot of things to grab.
That's true.
So
I think in the interest of keeping the TNT the driest it can be,
It would have to stay in there until it's built.
yeah,
think.
until the lean-to's ready, then somebody can sprint it out to the lean-to.
So what if Charlie and Benji were to go grab stuff out of the barn?
Where they would
What-
probably know where
yeah,
it is better
Were
than
they-
us.
because that's exactly why, because they would know.
Benji's eyes go wide at the now
Okay.
mentioning of his name in this.
Maybe not Benji then.
No,
Cam can
it's
go.
him or Lana, and Lana ain't gonna do it, and Belle is too shook to do anything. So.
That's
Belle's still
true.
downstairs.
Bella didn't come upstairs.
Yeah,
I mean,
Belle's
Fink is
fine.
probably sheltering in her cleavage as we speak.
Oh yeah, they've
So,
become our resident cowards.
The thought was that two people run to the barn, grab the materials for the lean-to, while two people drag the explosives out to that location, and the four of them assemble the shelter around the explosives, run the fuse back to the building. One person stays as the bait, and perhaps one person to be a diversion if things go badly out there. And then we've had two people up in the window, unless anyone else would like to contribute.
We could also
NPCs.
put an animal out there as bait,
What
Just one
animals do
pig.
we have?
or whatever's in the barn.
You guys have any horses you were able to arrive with?
I don't
Anyone
have
give
a
the Smelly
horse. My
French man a
horse died on
ride?
the way here.
I've only the one horse, and I rather require that to get home, which is much further than I would rather walk. So, that said, I feel like that ain't bad as a plan. If we can get, I guess, Charlie, you probably know the barn better than most of us. If you and I
Mhm.
leg it over there, we can grab whatever you figure will work best for a lean-to out of what's there. And meantime,
I
Doc.
suppose I could start laying out fuse and
Mhm.
into the area that we need to, and dragging what I can of explosives. Although I'm not sure how much I can move on my own. My strength is up here, not here.
I mean, Frenchie, I don't know how much you can carry, but you seem pretty dead set and sitting out there as bait. You feel like you could carry anything?
I have changed my mind. I thought a lot less people would be willing to do it, so I'll stay here and be lookout.
That makes sense to me. That makes sense to
Benji,
me.
you can help me as far as carrying some of this dynamite out. Just right there, just that clearing there.
And you
can
could
roll
run the spool
persuasion.
back.
And I'll stay there and you can run the spool back. You be the first one back inside of all of us.
Persuasion, please.
Oh, yes. That is not a D20. There's a 21.
Okay.
Be safe out there,
Benji looks-
Benji.
Lana glares at you. Actually, you know what? Benji's also pretty good with a rifle, Silver Bullet. Why don't you run the spool? And step Benji.
That's fair.
Well, I can. I was just bidding Benji to be safe, but if you'd rather I do it, then I can.
You are.
I think that'd be great. You can run the spool back if it's nice and quick, and then Benji can watch from the window and make sure you get back nice and safe.
All right.
It seems
Perfect.
like a fair arrangement in my ears.
Lana kind of like dusts off the front of her corset and then puts a hand on Benji's chest and then walks a bit away. I'll get my rifle then. And
If it's any consolation, the Silver Bullet was being sincere about wanting Benji to be safe.
and now he will be.
And he'll offer him his rifle.
All right.
You ever shoot one of these? You know, this kind of rifle?
He glances it over. I got it. And kind of just gives you a smile.
Good luck.
What are you going to use out there?
I got a fucking sword.
These fists. He gives you a pat on the shoulder and then gets ready to set up shop by the window once you guys start moving out. Jacques is also part of Team Window, correct? Is that what?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I can't get anywhere. Have y'all seen my body?
That's true and
You gotta
fair.
move me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
We are
Cam
going
already
to
had
go-
a sploosh of blood on her from helping the Frenchie before. Y'all gotta share.
All right.
Benji's my rag to bleed on.
Yeah. He kind of props you up at the window.
Hmm.
We got this. Kind of looking over the gun. This is a really nice gun. Maybe I should consider Anyway. And
Was that to yourself or was this a conversation?
Benji's don't worry about it. Are we talking? What are we? Is it you, me, and you? What's up?
I don't really feel included.
It felt like a you thing, but I'm here.
I know I am an English as a second language speaker, but
I know I am a dead man. You can say whatever you want in front of me.
it will go to my grave.
So is she a Sasquatch or what's up?
She is more than that, you. Then I just
You swine.
He's that's valid. All right.
We stand a Sasquatch wife.
Here we go, boys. All right. Team heading out first to the barn.
Yep.
I need stealth checks.
Cool. Cool. Oh shit! Not 20!
I got
Mm.
17.
Fuck, dude!
Which adds up to
23 for me.
okay. Okay. The two of you start to make your way out. Is Team TNT waiting for anything in particular?
No, I think we've got blankets on our back and we're carrying the stuff. And
All right.
It's going to be heavier
Stealth.
going, I'd expect.
Stealth check from Team TNT.
15.
14.
Get
Okay.
dead, y'all.
Perception checks with disadvantage
Can
from
Benji help
team.
me?
Benji will help you. Straight roll.
Hell yeah.
14.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
Oh boy.
Both teams start moving out.
Okay.
Gotta go slow anyways, but aiming for stealth over speed. As quiet as they can, moving through the snow. Eyes out, not much to really be seen, but you know where the barn is. Charlie at least knows where the barn is. The two of you make your way to the barn. The horse is a bit startled when you enter, but grabbing one quickly by the reins. I'd like somebody to make an animal handling check to keep the horses calm.
That's
Which one of
me.
you would like to do that?
That's me. 19.
Okay. Going over to the closer, like, shh, everybody, it's fine. And like,
You know me.
the horse is like, oh yeah, okay. And
Have a carrot. Have an apple. It's okay.
hey guys, what if we just chill, you know? You are able to keep the horses quiet enough where you don't think they were incredibly loud. And you go over to a pile of lumber. There is also hammer and nails in this area. What are you taking?
Probably take at least some lumber and
Some lumber, some
some
nails.
of each.
Definitely
Yeah.
at least a hammer for each of us.
if there is more than one.
If there's more than one. If there's not, one of us will have to hammer while the other one holds
Watches
some
and
shit in
nods.
place, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever works best.
One hammer.
All right then.
But you gather the supplies and you
Cool.
start to make your way out of the barn. Meanwhile,
All right.
Team TNT,
Dum bum ba dum bum bum.
you start to make your way out, arms full, spool under an arm, explosives in the other, moving forward. Perception checks from with disadvantage from the two of you, or one person with a flat check.
Uh,
can-
Silver.
I'm happy with disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fine.
A 12.
A 6.
It dark, it's snowy. You continue forward, pushing through, the wind howling. You get to the vaguely agreed upon spot far enough away that you think, hey, we probably won't explode this whole area and Lana will murder our ghosts. That's the dream.
We would prefer for Lana not to have to murder our ghosts.
So you start kind of getting things off and trying to set the spool up using the blankets as a bit of cover from just the onslaught of snow from varying directions. It really just depends on the second. Silver bullet. You glance up, sort of, nervously looking around, occasionally looking out and about. Across the ways, right at the tree line. Two little pinpricks of light stare back at you. Only catching your eye because maybe it wanted to. and you stare at each other. I need a wisdom saving throw.
I'm wise. Wow. Wow. A bastard 20.
Wow, look at you.
Hell yeah.
There is a moment where fear floods your body and you're like, there's so many people watching, and you push the sensation away.
I can't be scared in front of an audience.
But you know damn well that thing's here now. Team TNT, is there anything you'd like to do? Only one of you knows about this so far. The other teams don't know.
Have we gotten to our spot?
You are at your spot, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say I think it knows we're here, and I will set down the dynamite and put the blanket on top of it and hand the end of the spool to the doctor and say, "You got this?"
I suppose so. You gonna roll that back to the bar then?
Yeah. I'll give you a thumbs up, and then like I'll put my fingers in the spool and then
Goodbye.
run back to safety.
You like, you got it, buddy. Start booking it.
Out of curiosity,
Uh-huh.
just because I want to know how this influences it, if it does at all. Has it been an hour since I got 60 feet from the silver
That's the
bullet there?
thing. We are on a time limit. I am going to roll a luck check to see how long our planning period took. It's possible you could no longer be charmed if an hour has passed. So, Silver Bullet, would you like to be highs or lows?
Lows.
Okay. Lows will be in your favor. You currently believe you're just under an hour for the time being. There's a little bit time left. But the Silver Bullet books it back, trying to get the job done. Faster he moves, the faster you might not die. And he books it.
So Josiah's checking the connections and everything on the dynamite, trying to keep it dry, and looking out for the people bringing the equipment, the stuff from the barn.
Okay. You start to make your way back. Go ahead and give me athletic, Silver Bullet.
Mm-hmm. Wow, a 19.
Speed, alacrity, you're going. Just making your way back. Two people exit the barn, large planks of wood in hand, unruly. I would like, you kind of step outside and it's almost like you're going to get caught in the wind and like just thrown into the air, but you have to keep adjusting with the wind. Go ahead and give me stealth checks.
I feel like Cam would kind of like pull the lumber in close against her body, try and keep it as streamlined as it can be. I know that the wind's kind of going every which way, but you said stealth again. Ooh, that ain't too bad.
Got a whole 12.
Well, I got a 19. No, actually, that's a dirty 20 again. Holy shit.
Okay. Moving forward. Okay. Doctor. You were informed this thing is here. Eyes out. Looking around in this space, trying to keep the TNT safe from the wind and the snow from building up on it. Man. Catches on the wind.
Shit.
Let let and this thing is now moving along the tree line in your direction. It is no longer stealthing, it is now visible, which means from a distance at the window, two men see the glint of eyes in the distance, and you can see that it is moving towards the doctor. What do we do at the window?
How far away is it?
What is your range?
Close is 150.
What's your fur range?
My fur range?
What's your fur range?
Ooh. 600 feet.
Yeah, disadvantage. Just because this thing is at the tree line and not at where you have set up currently.
Yeah.
So Benji sees you set up, sees the eyes, and he is also going to start taking shots. See. Okay. All of you hear two loud cracks as the rifle fires into the darkness. Unsure if they really made contact, and doesn't matter if they did. But currently, fire is being opened upon this creature. What do you got, Jacques?
Actually, Jacques would wait after Benji and then ask, how much shot do you have left?
I'm sorry, the sound cut out right as you're like,
yeah,
I asked him.
you
It cut
froze
out?
a bit. Yes, yeah. So he would turn to Benji and go, how much shot do you have left?
I think that would be a question for the silver bullet if I just used 2 shots.
He's got, that would be 5 or 6 left.
We'll go with a solid 5. 5 left.
Got you. He'll talk to him. It's like, wait for your shot. And I'm also going to be conservative and only do 1 of my shots for disadvantage. Oh, good, and then just a 2. So I'm imagining I miss with a 6 total.
Okay. It all came down to the wind and the distance on this as the wind blows it off course. The creature seems, it falters for a moment. Maybe something made contact. And is now starting to move towards the doctor. Team Barn, you are starting to make your way over, and you can. Did a team TNT bring a lantern for possible backup thing? Okay.
I should think so, yeah, especially to kind of help us find our way inside the barn where it would be dark.
Okay, so Team Barn also has a lantern.
Yeah,
feel
both
like-
teams would have had a lantern.
Yeah.
I should have made you guys roll with disadvantage, but it's fine.
We're in a whiteout.
As little beacons bounce across the ground. Jillian, it's dark and light.
There is whiteout. I can't see shit.
Everything's bad. The lights on and they're like,
everything-
shit.
Is bad.
Yeah, well, team.
I would assume we were able to hear the shots from.
You heard the shots fired, yes. And you can see the doctor set up near the rendezvous spot.
We've gotten close enough to see him.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we able to get sight on the critter or no?
You can roll perception with disadvantage.
Fair enough. Damn. One of them would have been a nat 20, but not with disadvantage. With disadvantage, that's only a what's that? 16.
Charlie,
I
Anything?
guess I can look.
you don't have to, but
Oh no, I see nothing. That's a 1.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
Lucky you.
I see the doctor.
Yep.
best.
That's where I'm
Honestly,
going.
see, not good. Your eyes
No,
are
that's
focused
true.
on the doctor.
Fair, yes.
You see the slight glint of eyes. You don't have the full, like, beady eyes because they're not looking at you currently.
That's nice. I
But
don't
you
like
can
it when
see
they
it
do
in the
that.
distance.
Okay.
Are you two continuing forward?
Is it across the clearing from us? Like, where directionally?
You guys are about to like go smooch each other in the same spot.
Oh,
We're heading towards the doctor. It is heading towards the doctor.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, Cam is going to, I'm assuming Cam sees that Charlie has not hunched up
No.
a skirt of the critter. Like Cam feels like she might, just kind of catching sight of it a little bit. And she whispers across to Cam as loud as she has to be over the snow, but no louder. Come on. Quick shot. Right out to the TNT. Let's get this going. Cam wants to get us there as quick as possible so we can